Morning of gratitude. Some days I sleep exceptionally well, and some days I just don't. I can usually pinpoint the reasons of this variability. It's usually because of things like I stayed up too late, I actually went to bed on time for once, I had a good workout, too many sweets and food before bed, too much caffeine past 5 p.m., that type of thing. Last night was really no different. I went to bed a little earlier than usual, but maybe it was a little too early, and I ended up waking up a little earlier than normal. Let's just say a lot earlier than normal. After getting up, I started doting around the house, eating leftovers, touching up on a few projects. And afterwards, I decided to try and go back to bed before I crossed the dreaded, I might as well stay up line. However, no matter what I did, I could not go back to sleep. I tried all of my tricks, and none of them worked. None. I'm now frustrated and laying in a pool of crumpled up sheets. You know, the typical one leg out, top half covered in a blanket with the pillow between your legs position? Yeah, that one. I was literally dying of heat, yet freezing at the same damn time. I stared at the ceiling, hearing the seconds tick away in my head, as the point of no return approached faster than the early morning daylight in the summertime. After much deliberation, I decided to do the inevitable and reach for my phone. My worst fears had been realized. It was 6 a.m. There was simply no going back, and I was screwed. In this moment, I had a decision to make. Get up and get the day started with a bang, or wallow in self-pity for 3 hours while I keep telling myself I deserve this time off. This is consistently one of the worst lies I've told myself in the past. It never works. It never does. So I decided to learn from my mistakes and be a better man than my yesterday self. I put my gym clothes on, packed a bag with a clean change of clothes, fresh underwear, semi-new shoes, a clean towel, and everything I needed to get my day going after I left the gym. I had decided to go swimming after I ran on the treadmill and lifted a few weights. It was going to be a nice and easy sort of treat to myself after getting some good work in the gym and a grueling weekend of training and exercise. I got in my car and decided to hit the gas station so that I could grab a coffee and a protein bar for after my workout. I knew I was going to be starving after swimming. If you don't know the hunger pangs after swimming, then God bless you. It ain't nothing to play with. I get to the gas station and go to the section with the protein bars. Nothing. Okay, my guy, what the hell? I then go over to the station with the coffee and damn, 00. Not a drip of coffee to be seen anywhere. So I turn to my right and look at the Starbucks double and triple shot cans, but my mind instantly remembers that those things are loaded with sugar and syrup. I opted out. Good boy. At this moment, I began to wonder if standing in bed was the better idea. I began my annoyed walk back to the car. I waved to the cashier in disgust and hold the door open for a woman who was about to enter and didn't even give me a thank you. Come on, man. Deep breaths, though, my guy. First world problems. I pull out of the gas station and hop directly on the E-way. To my surprise, it's fairly empty, and it looks as if traffic is moving. Things were looking up until it actually wasn't. I don't know what it is with me and city drivers, but they annoy the literal hell out of me. Somehow, some way, everybody is breaking my 5 rules of the road. Click the link in the box above. I continuously kept getting stuck behind people in the left lane who don't know how or simply don't care how to properly drive in it. Deep breaths, my guy. Don't rage out. Find your happy place. What should have been a 12-minute drive turned into a 20-minute one. Again, first world problems. I pull up to the gym, look for a parking space close to the entrance, and was immediately frustrated again by a mostly empty parking lot that had all of the good spots taken. What's happening right now? Is somebody messing with me? I forget it. I find a spot next to Dunkin' and decide to slide in to grab a coffee. I'm getting a little hungry, so I decide to grab something slight to curb the hunger before it gets stupid. I'm in line, and I see an old lady come in right after me. But I let her jump the line because, I'm low-key still trying to decide on what I'm going to grab. I see a few of my favorite workers, so we just started to spark up a super casual morning small talk. It was cute. I get my order quickly, and I sit down, and then I hear, "Bitch!" I was shocked, slightly nervous, and now hella annoyed. It was all good just a second ago. A lady who was sitting down very casually and writing in what seemed to be a journal as I ordered had screamed at the top of her lungs this random obscenity. What triggered her? Who triggered her? Were they close? Do I gotta throw hands? I take a quick look around and realize we were the only two people in the Dunkin' beside the staff. They asked her to leave. Apparently, this was normal behavior for her. She gets up and walks out without a fight, but immediately goes next door. They asked her to leave there as well. It was owned by the same guy. Apparently, she was famous or infamous for that type of behavior. You decide. I decided to leave as well. My day was getting stupid, and it wasn't even 7:30 a.m. yet. I take my coffee and my sandwich into the car so I can eat in peace. I didn't need much time to eat it. I just wanted to listen to my sports talk radio before I head in. I don't listen to it much anymore, but I enjoyed the guys who were on. Much to my delight, they were discussing baseball. I haven't watched it much, but I do like to follow. As soon as I settle in, they go on break and then boom. All commercials the entire time while I'm enjoying my breakfast. Now you might be asking yourself, where's this gratitude? Well, it's in there, and more is coming. Annoyed again, I decide to head into the gym and just get going. I'm not even going to wait for my food to digest, not even a little. With my luck, waiting around would just make things worse. As soon as I pop in, I see a familiar face at the front desk. We chop it up for a spell, and right in the middle of our convo, a customer walks up, interrupts us without saying excuse me, and ruins a intimate moment between two people. I decided not to trip too heavy because I'm already nearing the edge. And if I'm going to tip over, it's definitely not going to be at the gym. This is my place of peace. I hit the restroom real quick and put my headphones on. And I decided to cue up some gospel music. Second best decision I made so far that day. I get minimal commercials and the playlist is rocking. All right, Nat. Things are starting to look up. I blasted out 30 minutes on the bike without even realizing it. I hop off feeling good and go to the front desk to see if Aquafit is going to take place. It starts in 30 minutes. There is no way I can slide in and do anything of value before those old ladies come in and dominate the pool. In this case, it's best to just stay out the way. They don't really mess around. I head over to the weights and blast through a tough but fulfilling upper body routine. It was great. Exactly what I needed. Midway through the set, I see a brother in a wheelchair. He is also doing upper body, and he is putting in work. Like real work. In this moment, I had to take a step back and literally count my blessings. Here was a dude who was clearly limited in the use of his legs, or couldn't use them at all. He probably had to dress himself, feed himself, move around the house, and all manner of other things just to get to the gym. Like, what is a regular day for this dude? How inconvenienced is he on a good day? Before I left, I saw him get in the passenger side of a van. So he didn't even drive himself to the gym. First world problems. I finished my workout at the gym, but I couldn't get my mind off this dude. I had complained from the time I opened my eyes until I saw him at the gym. That was a clean 8 hours of separation. I dressed myself with no issue. I packed my bag with no issue. I walked up and down the stairs several times because I kept forgetting things with no issue. I drove my car with no issue. I went to buy a coffee with my money in my account. I drove my car on the expressway with no issues. I ate my food with no issues. I listened to the radio with no issues. I spoke to a friend, lifted heavy weights, rode a stationary bike, stretched, walked back to my car, and made it home safely with no issues. Yet all I did was complain for hours. On my way home, I prayed and asked for forgiveness. I was ashamed of myself. I was better than that. I knew that the entire time, yet I gave in to my lower vibrational self repeatedly. Total BS on my part. Luckily, I was able to learn my lesson before something dumb happened. So many wonderful opportunities presented themselves, and I didn't even fully appreciate what was going on. It's all good, though. A moment of levity presented itself before it was just too late. That simple little moment was so powerful that I want to share this with you guys because sometimes it's important to look at things from a broader scope. Things are always bigger than what they seem. There is always an opportunity to learn and be grateful for what we have. Hopefully my story will continue to help me be grateful in the future and help you count your blessings as well as you move throughout your day. I love to hear about similar experiences and stories that you guys have had. Please feel free to comment. I welcome the interaction. Maybe we can learn a little something from each other. Peace.